If 1/3 of the elected parliament was dissolved last month, it wouldn't seem the case Tuesday morning as lawmakers defiantly returned to their posts. In a controversial decision taken last month, Egypt's highest court disbanded 1/3 of the Islamist-dominated parliament and granted the ruling military generals broader powers over governing the country. Activists and lawmakers suggest the court's decision came directly from the military junta. MPs once barred by the army from reaching the gates of parliament were waved through by security. Independent and foreign journalists, once blocked from filming inside, were also welcomed through. Reporters flocked to the front of the lower house's chamber to speak with recently laid-off lawmakers about returning to their jobs. Even if Parliament was in session, lawmakers would not be legislating. They are just starting their 2-month-long vacation. Members of Parliament defied the ruling military junta and convened here in Parliament Tuesday morning, where they discussed the way forward following the Constitutional Court's ruling that the dissolving of parliaments was both final and binding. The halls of Parliament were bustling with MPs today, despite the fact that the ruling military council said they would prohibit parliamentarians from coming to work. During the 5-minute-long session, the parliament, mostly dominated by the Muslim Brotherhood and other Islamists, decided to send their case to the Legal Affairs Committee, which would work alongside the Court of Appeals, challenging the Supreme Court's ruling to disband parliaments last month. Heightening the already tense political feud between the two, the Muslim Brotherhood is now fighting the military council for power through the courts.
فبالتالي تطبق هذه الأحكام على المستجد من الانتخابات القادمة، وإما أن يأخذوا بأن المجلس فيه عوار في جزء منه أو في كله. هذا كل احتمالات أمام محكمة النقض، ونحن كمجلس شعب الآن مجلس الشعب الشرعي عاد للانعقاد وموجود كسلطة شعبية من سلطات الدولة.
Some independent and secular members of parliament boycotted the session. Other lawmakers argue the allegiance of the Supreme Court does not lie with the interests of the people or the rule of law, but by the orders of the military generals.
بطلان والتدليس في حكم المحكمة الدستورية العليا اللي قضت بعدم دستورية البنود الأربعة، ثم عادت والتوت ولوت عنق النصوص في الحيثيات لتصل إلى مأرب سياسي ليس متعلق بالحكم وليس من صلاحية المحكمة.
In reaction to what some claim an unlawful decree issued by the president overriding the Supreme Court's decision, over a dozen cases were opened against the president's reinstating of parliament. You couldn't tell outside the gates of parliament. Brotherhood supporters came out under a blazing sun to praise their President Mohammed Morsi's decision. The Court of Appeals, notorious for challenging Supreme Court decisions, starts investigating the dissolving of Parliament this month, examining each member's case individually. By Tuesday night, the Constitutional Court suspended President Mohammed Morsi's executive decree, igniting Tahrir Square once again. As the political rift between the newly elected president and the military junta deepens, hopes of a civilian government through the elected president have been overshadowed by a power struggle that doesn't seem to be letting up anytime soon. Jahan Hafiz for The Real News, Cairo, Egypt.